You got your guide down?
Yes.
Ranked. Okay. Is it on docket today or no?
It's all right.
It's off. Oh, what's it cost? Good morning, Mr. Cheryl.
Good morning.
Mr. Cheryl, you're charged with, if I'm remembering correctly, it's terroristic threat, right? Okay, so Mr. Cheryl, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We have already done probable cause. I found probable cause to go forward with your case. We set a bond. He's made the bond or no?
Yes, yes.
You've made the bond.
Yes.
Okay. So I am entering in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection. This is a court order that identifies Ms. Taylor as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. Do you understand? They're not currently together now?
No.
Okay, great. So there's just no,
So,
I don't want to talk about the case.
no, it's not. She still like communicates with like my family and my friends. Like I don't even live here, and it's events come like my best friend's wedding. I'm going to the wedding, but she's trying to come. So how do I have
Got to be careful, you know, you're not to have any contact with her, you know,
Yeah, well, she's
this court,
sounds like she's using. I don't know if she knows there's a restraining or protection
She
order.
is using, the officer was a personal friend, so that's why.
Okay, well,
so this merely says that you can't go to or near her residence, right, where she lives, where she works. Don't have any contact with her. The problem is that there's a lot of vindictive people in this life. You know, if you go to the same place that she is and you end up bumping into each other and she says something to you, you know, it's a recipe for disaster. So you have to be very careful. If you go to this wedding and she's there, it's like a ticking time bomb. So you need to be just very careful because I don't know, you know, what kind of person she is. If she's that type of person, you got to be very careful because there are a lot of people that will call them and say, hey, this happened when it's just not true. And if it does, they issue the warrant and then it's up to you now. You pick up another charge, so just be careful, you know? All I want is just you not to have any contact with her. Don't be in possession of weapons. As long as you can do that, we're cool. I'm going to waive your appearance so you don't have to waste your time coming to court here as well. Just stay in touch with counsel and he'll tell you if and when you have to come back to court here. So you don't have to come back and forth every single court date. Just stay in contact and he'll let you know if and when you have to come back.
I appreciate it.
Any questions?
I guess so.
You live in Baltimore, right? Okay. So for now, what I'm gonna have to do is I'll have you sign a reset with Victoria. We'll have you take a seat in the jury box. We'll get your bond conditions. I'll have you sign it, and after that, you're free to go. Okay?
Judge, we're here on docket for Mr. Sandwick.
Mr. Sandwick, not happy with you. You know, you're on bond for a theft, right?
Yes, sir.
I would put conditions on him. Literally, what is it? The next day you pick up another theft? I don't know. Let's do probable cause in the case. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Please.
Thank you, Judge. On April 14, 2025, in Hampshire County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to a Walmart for a theft call and made contact with a complaining witness. A loss prevention officer who stated he observed the defendant conceal merchandise in their shopping bag and pass all points of sale without paying. The defendant was detained and the merchandise was valued at $265.27.
Okay. Mr. Sandwick, so I'm going to find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward on your new case. Because you picked up a case while you're on bond, all we did, we asked you to behave yourself. Don't pick up any new cases. I'm now going to revoke your bond on your first case. So on the first case, it's now at 5,002. And then I guess we'll just set you for whatever you want to see what we're going to do.
Yes, sir. So
Tell me.
now that all that's being said, the state and I have entered into an agreement for Mr. Sandwick to plead guilty to both of these theft cases, Judge, in a plea agreement.
Oh, I mean, that's what you want to do, I have no problem with it.
Yes, sir.
You have to understand, if you get out of here right now and you pick up a third theft case, what happens?
You want to see me again?
If I had one strand of hair, every time someone told me, man, I would have
Me too. I swear to you, you have my word.
I don't care, your word, right here, that's where your word means.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, what happens if you pick up another one?
I won't.
A third is a felony offense and you're looking at years instead of days. Forewarned is fair warned. I'm happy to do whatever you want to do. If you want to, you absolutely have my blessing. The only problem is you pick up another one, it's a felony offense.
Okay.
You
Yes,
understand?
sir, I do, Your Honor.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I'm happy to do it. Okay.
So we've signed the plea paperwork.
you read
Judge.
God, I had no idea.
So there's
Okay. Oops.
12 for 4 and 6 for 2.
Okay, so I didn't realize that we were doing this. Sorry.
No, Judge, I wanted to first bring him in front because he did need to be arraigned, Judge, and then I wanted to bring that matter to you, Judge.
So, Mr. Sandwick, like you have worked out a fast agreement now. You understand that probably not all the evidence is in. You have the opportunity to go through the evidence. Perhaps someone's wrong.
I'm sorry.
Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your
You
Honor.
need to understand that by pleading guilty to both of these theft cases, they will go on your record. They're going to be there for the rest of your life. They're even there after you die. So if you run right back to Walmart and then you pick up a pack of gum and put it in your trousers, what happens? Do you know how many cameras they have in Walmart?
I do not.
Do you know that they have facial recognition software so that every time your happy butt walks in there, it's going to directly ping on your face so they know it's you?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty to these offenses that will go on your record, they'll be there for the rest of your life.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is what you want to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to plead guilty, not knowing that not all the evidence is in, that, something could come in that, gets you off.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. How do you plead to both theft cases? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
On both of the theft cases, you're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. On your first case, it's 6 days in jail with credit for
It's 12 for 4 and 6 for 2.
2 days credit. On your other case, it's 12 days in jail with credit for the 4 days that you've done. You sure you want to do this?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to find you guilty. I will follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Counsel.
Judge.
All right. Yeah, we're looking. All right. Good morning, Mr. Thompson.
Sir.
Sir, you are charged with the offense of resisting arrest. So you've got 2 cases with us. You've got the resisting arrest. You also have a fugitive case where you're wanted out of
Mississippi, Your Honor.
Mississippi. So what's happening now is you're pleading guilty to the resisting arrest. I don't know if you're on probation, if you're on parole or whatnot, but you need to understand by being on probation or parole, you pleading guilty to this offense can result in further incarceration, having your parole revoked, whatever it may be. Do you understand?
Sir.
You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement today. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or turn around, and you understand.
Sir.
The agreement is 18 days in jail, credit for the 6 days that you've done. By this going on your record, you need to understand here in Texas, you are now facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. As far as the other case, it is a felon in possession of a firearm. Has he waived extradition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, by you waiving extradition and by you now taking care of this, the demanding jurisdiction, Mississippi has 14 days from today to come get you. If they don't come get you, Harris County will release you. But you need to understand that that warrant, if Harris County releases you because they just don't come get you, that warrant will always remain in effect and will always be there until you go back to Mississippi and take care of it. You understand?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And with that,
It's one of those situations, Judge, where he doesn't have state ID in the system, so he hasn't been apist. So,
how has he not been APIS? He's been in jail. I mean, as soon as they get him, they fingerprint and mugshot him, don't they? Every time.
they don't have a state ID number in the system for any of this case.
I get it. So they'll probably create it, right?
Hope so.
You tell me they didn't, when they booked them in, they didn't fingerprint a mugshot?
Well, usually you'll get the ID number will.
So as soon as they get that number, then they should like,
Yeah, so it's gonna be weird.
regardless, he's here for another 14 days.
Okay.
You know, he's not going anywhere.
They should fix it.
Oh, I don't know. Who do you need to talk to?
I'll talk to them.
My name is Ben and I ain't in it. What's